The wind whipped my hair across my face as I stood on the rooftop of the spire, Manhattan stretching out before me like a glittering promise. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. T-minus 4 hours until H hour. 4 hours until everything I'd worked for would finally be recognized. I bent down to adjust the peonies on the family head table one more time. White and blush pink, imported from Holland, each stem costing more than most people spent on an entire bouquet. Behind the glass windbreak, the petals remained perfect and unruffled. My hand unconsciously moved to my purse, feeling the reassuring weight of the two thick envelopes inside. My grand plan. 3 years of careful saving, meticulous planning, strategic sacrifice. Inside one envelope, an all-inclusive retirement savings book for my parents. Enough to fund the European river cruise Mom had circled in travel magazines for years. Enough for Dad to finally buy that vintage Corvette he browsed online every Sunday morning. Inside the other, a full-ride scholarship voucher for Brittany to study fashion design in Paris. Not just any program, the Institut Français de la Mode, the same school that had launched careers I'd heard my sister obsess over since she was 16. Tonight, when Arthur Sterling announced my partnership in front of Manhattan's legal elite, I wanted my family sitting at that table. I wanted them to see what their daughter, their sister, had become. Because if I gave them their dream lives, surely they would finally be proud of me. My phone buzzed once, then immediately again. Bank alert, American Express supplementary card ending in 4782 charged $3,000 at Pink Flamingo Beach Club. Transaction approved. Before I could process it, the second notification appeared. Mom, can't make it. Your sister is having a panic attack. She needs quiet meditation space to heal immediately. So sorry, sweetie. You understand. I stared at the screen. Read both messages again. Then again. Pink Flamingo Beach Club. I knew that place. A tacky, neon-lit disaster on the outskirts of Long Island where college kids went to drink watered-down cocktails while house music pounded so loud you couldn't hear yourself think. That was a quiet meditation space? The charge went through at 3:47 p.m. 13 minutes ago. Which meant they'd been there for hours. They'd known since noon they weren't coming. They'd waited until the card swiped to send the text. Waited until the transaction was approved and the money was gone so I couldn't cancel it. This wasn't an emergency. This was calculated. Miss Ross? The restaurant manager stood at a respectful distance. Should we clear the family table? I looked at the empty seats. The table was positioned in the prime spot, directly adjacent to where Arthur Sterling would stand for the toasts. If the managing partner saw me sitting alone, he would draw conclusions. Successful but isolated. A woman who'd sacrificed family for career. Everything I'd worked for could be undermined by an empty table. No, I said, my voice steadier than I felt. Keep the setup exactly as it is. But take away that reserved for family sign. I opened the banking app with shaking fingers. Pink Flamingo Beach Club, $3,000. VIP Cabana Package, $1,200. High Tide Alcohol Tower X10, $1,500. Private DJ Service Fee, $300. 10 alcohol towers. A private DJ. This wasn't stress relief. This was a party. They were celebrating not being here. I felt something shift inside me. Something cold and hard settling into place where the hurt had been. Then I called Nana Beatrice. They did what? My grandmother's voice came through like a whip crack. Even at 75, she carried the authority of someone who'd spent 40 years as a high school principal. There at the Pink Flamingo, I repeated. Mom texted that Brittany is having a panic attack and needs quiet meditation space. That place is where 20-year-olds go to throw up on each other. Nana's laugh was harsh. Are you crying? No. Good. Don't you dare cry over people who choose cheap liquor over their daughter's success. I'm getting dressed right now. I'll be there in an hour. I'm wearing the St. John suit, the gray one that makes me look like I could buy and sell half of Manhattan. Before I could respond, I opened Instagram. It took less than 30 seconds to find Brittany's story. There she was, holding a neon blue cocktail in each hand. Behind her, the pink flamingo in all its tacky glory, plastic flamingos, tiki torches, people in swimsuits. The music was so loud I could hear it through my phone. Brittany was screaming at the camera, "Escape the stiff lawyer's sister. Best Friday night ever. Thanks for the credit card, sis." She blew a kiss at the camera, then turned to show her friends, at least 8 people, all holding identical neon cocktails. The video was posted 23 minutes ago. It had 847 views already. I watched it 3 times. Each viewing, the hurt receded a little more, replaced by something colder. Contempt. I called Samantha, my executive assistant. "Come up to the VIP level. Now." All the junior associates. "That's an order." When they arrived, looking confused and nervous, I told them simply, "My family isn't coming. So tonight, you're sitting at the head table with me." "Where are they?" Samantha asked quietly. I handed her my phone showing Brittany's Instagram story. Sam watched it, her expression going from confused to absolutely furious. "Their loss is our gain," Jenkins said. "We get the good champagne." It was such a perfectly Jenkins thing to say that I felt myself laugh. A real laugh, the first one since those messages arrived. By 8:30, the spire was transformed. String lights crisscrossed overhead, the bar was doing brisk business, and Manhattan glittered below us like scattered diamonds. Then Arthur Sterling arrived, the managing partner, the man who'd told me 6 weeks ago I was being considered for the youngest partnership in the firm's history. The man who'd said, "You remind me of myself at your age. You understand that success means nothing if you don't have people to share it with." He glanced past me at the head table. I was hoping to finally meet the famous Ross family. Where are they? The question hung in the air like a blade. Before I could answer, Nana Beatrice materialized beside me. "Good evening, Mr. Sterling. I'm Beatrice Ross, Eva's grandmother." She extended her hand with regal bearing. "Her parents are dealing with a family emergency. However, Mr. Sterling, I want to clarify something important." She stepped forward, positioning herself between Sterling and me. "Eva's parents may have given her life, but I am the one who forged her mindset. I taught her that excellence is not negotiable. That commitment means showing up even when it's inconvenient. If you're looking for the source of Eva's professional excellence, Mr. Sterling, you're looking right at it." Sterling laughed, a genuine, delighted laugh. "Miss Beatrice, that is the finest answer I've heard in years. Your grandmother is a force of nature. You're lucky to have her." "I know," I managed. My phone buzzed. Instagram notification. Brittany had gone live. Against my better judgment, I clicked. The video quality was shaky, shot on someone's phone in low light. My sister, absolutely drunk, surrounded by her friends. The music was deafening. Best Friday night ever. No boring lawyer talk, no stiff people, just vibes. She spun in a circle, nearly falling. "Thanks for the credit card, sis. You're the best ATM ever." The comments were already rolling in. "OMG, who's your sister?" "Wait, did she pay for this whole thing?" "ATM, I'm dead." I watched my sister toast the camera, watch the neon lights and plastic flamingos and everything that was the complete opposite of where I stood right now. And instead of hurt, I felt nothing but cold, clear contempt. "Eva." Samantha appeared. "It's time for your speech." I stepped to the podium. The crowd quieted. "Thank you all so much for being here tonight," I began. "Honestly, for hours ago I almost canceled this party." The surprise rippled through the crowd. I received a message that my family needed to deal with an emergency. That they needed to go heal. I let the word hang in the air. I was devastated. I pulled out my phone, held it up slightly. But then I saw the credit card receipt. $3,000 charged at a beach club. 10 alcohol towers. A private DJ. I saw the Instagram live stream, my sister partying, using my money, celebrating not being here. Silence. And then I looked around at all of you. I gestured to the gathered crowd. Some of you got here early. All of you chose to be here. And I realized something important. I turned to look at my team at the head table. This VIP position isn't for those of the same bloodline. It's for those of the same vision. The silence held for one more beat. Then Samantha started clapping. Jenkins joined in. Then suddenly the entire rooftop was applauding, and several people were actually cheering. At the next table, I noticed an influencer still recording. Good. I woke up Saturday morning to 17 missed calls and 43 text messages. The first thing I saw was that I'd been tagged in a video. 417,000 views. The creator was luxlifestyle_Laura, the influencer from the party. She'd edited together footage from my speech with Brittany's Instagram livestream from the Pink Flamingo. The contrast was devastating. Me in black silk, speaking calmly about betrayal, surrounded by sophistication. Brittany drunk and screaming, surrounded by plastic and neon. The caption read, "Class versus trash." Family abandons lawyer sister's career celebration to party on her credit card. This isn't healing, this is an insult to good taste. The comments had exceeded 8,000. Is this family insane? Who rejects a $15,000 party to go to a dump? That sister is trashy. Like objectively, everything about that beach club screams no taste. The lawyer seems so calm and classy and her family is absolutely feral. I can't. Thanks for the credit card, sis. I would never speak to her again. I watched the video 3 times. Then my phone started ringing. Mom. I let it go to voicemail. It rang again immediately. Mom, Eva, call me right now. Dad, this is serious. Your mother is very upset. We need to talk. Mom, how could you embarrass us like this? All our friends are texting. Do you know how this makes us look? Not we're sorry. Not we made a mistake. But, how could you embarrass us? Brittany, Eva, this is so fucked up. Why are you airing family business online? Everyone is being so mean to me in the comments. Take this down right now. I took a screenshot of all 3 message threads. Then I texted Samantha, can you compile some documents for me? Samantha, already here. Saw the video. Documents are in a blue folder on your desk. God, I loved her. When Mom called again, I answered. Eva, thank God. I didn't post that video, I said calmly. An influencer at the party recorded it and posted it herself. Well, you need to make her take it down. This is humiliating. I took a sip of my coffee. Mom, you texted me that Brittany was having a panic attack. That she needed quiet meditation space. You charged $3,000 at a beach club known for being the loudest, most obnoxious venue. Brittany live-streamed herself screaming about escaping her stiff lawyer sister and thanking me for the credit card. Eva, you're being dramatic. Those are facts. Bank records don't lie. Video evidence doesn't lie. You chose to spend my money partying instead of attending the biggest night of my professional life. And now you're upset because people on the internet are pointing out that this was a classless thing to do. How dare you call us classless? After everything we've done for you? You supported me? When was the last time you paid for anything? You're supposed to help family. I have helped. For 3 years. I paused. I think we need to have a family meeting. Come to my apartment next Saturday. 7 p.m. You, Dad, and Brittany. I have something I want to give you. A late gift I couldn't present at the party. The word gift changed everything. What kind of gift? You'll see on Saturday. The rest of the week, I prepared. I closed the Morrison deal. I reviewed the blue folder Samantha had prepared, every transaction, every wire transfer, every emergency payment. I made notes in the margins. Friday evening, a delivery man arrived with a large box. The paper shredder Samantha had ordered for me. I set it up in my dining room, placed it carefully next to the table where my family would sit. Saturday arrived cold and clear. I spent the morning preparing. No food, this wasn't a social occasion. Just the blue folder at the head of the table. The two thick envelopes beside it. And the paper shredder, plugged in. Ready. Nana Beatrice arrived at 6:30. She took one look at my setup and nodded approvingly. You've learned well. At 7:03, my intercom buzzed. Send them up. Mom swept in first, dressed in the Talbot suit she thought made her look sophisticated. Dad followed, uncomfortable. Brittany came last, phone in hand. Eva, sweetie, this place is so cold, Mom said, looking around. You need more color. Hello to you too, Mom. Please, come to the dining room. They stopped short when they saw Nana Beatrice sitting at the head of the table, watching them like a judge presiding over a courtroom. Mother, my mom said, voice defensive. I didn't know you'd be here. Deborah, Nana replied coolly. Sit down. All of you. They took seats, eyes immediately drawn to the envelopes. What's this about? Brittany said, still scrolling. I have plans later. Put the phone away, Brittany, I said. Excuse me? Your sister said put the phone away, Nana said quietly. Or you can leave now. Brittany huffed and put her phone face down on the table. I asked you here because we need to address what happened last Friday. Mom immediately launched in. Eva, we've been so stressed about this viral video situation. Everyone has been asking questions. We're the victims here. Deborah, Nana cut her off. Shut up. You ditched your daughter's partnership celebration, a $15,000 event, to drink watered-down cocktails at a beach club that smells like sunscreen and poor decisions. I'm ashamed of you because you're stupid. Mother, how dare? I dare because it's true. You had a daughter who achieved something remarkable, and instead of celebrating her, you spent her money celebrating not having to see her. The silence was absolute. I picked up the two envelopes. Before we continue, I want to show you something. Brittany's eyes lit up. Are those for us? Yes. I held them up. This one is an all-inclusive retirement savings book for Mom and Dad. Enough to take 2 international trips every year for the next 20 years. European river cruises, South Pacific tours, everything you've ever talked about. Mom's hand actually twitched toward the envelope. And this one is a full-ride scholarship voucher for Brittany to attend Institut Français de la Mode in Paris. Full tuition, housing, stipend included. Brittany gasped. Are you serious? Eva, oh my God. Hold on. I pulled both envelopes back. Before I give these to you, I need to explain something. I set them down on the table, right in front of the paper shredder. I prepared these gifts 3 months ago. I spent 6 months before that making calls, pulling strings, cashing in favors. I wanted to give them to you at the party, so you could see what your daughter, your sister, had achieved. My voice was steady, emptied of emotion. But you chose the pink flamingo. You chose a $3,000 tab at a trashy beach club over a once-in-a-lifetime celebration. Eva, we explained, Dad started. You explained nothing. You lied. Brittany wasn't having a panic attack. She was drunk. She live-streamed herself thanking me for the credit card, calling me an ATM. I looked at Brittany. You tagged me in that video. You wanted me to see it. I was just joking around. You did. I picked up the first envelope. This represents 30 years of my parents traveling the world. First-class flights. 5-star hotels. Everything you've ever wanted. Mom was staring at it like it was the Holy Grail. Eva, sweetheart. But you chose a $3,000 party over a lifetime of experiences. I tore open the flap and pulled out the thick, glossy booklet filled with cruise itineraries and bank certificates. Eva, wait, Dad half stood. I fed the booklet into the shredder. The machine roared to life, grinding mechanical sound filling the room. Mom made a sound like she'd been physically struck. What are you doing? Brittany shrieked. I picked up the second envelope. This represents 4 years in Paris. A degree that would actually give you a career. A chance to become something other than an Instagram influencer with 43 followers. Eva, please. Brittany was crying now. Please, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Yes, you did. You meant every word. I fed the acceptance letter into the shredder. Brittany screamed. Actually screamed. The whirring stopped. Both envelopes, both dreams, reduced to strips of paper in the clear bin. That's it? Mom whispered. You're just destroying our futures over one mistake? One mistake? I opened the blue folder. Mom, how much money have I given you in the last 3 years? She blinked. I don't know. $250,000. Mom's eyes widened. That's impossible. It is entirely possible. I pulled out the first document. Rent payments for Brittany. Credit card bills. Emergency wire transfers. Car repairs. Medical bills. Investment opportunities that never materialized. I held up the lease. This is Brittany's lease. I'm the guarantor. I paid $50,400 in rent for you last year. I set that down and picked up the next. This is the supplementary credit card statement. You've charged $47,000 on it in 3 years. The $800 charge at Nordstrom for a handbag was an emergency? The $1,200 spa weekend was an emergency? The $3,000 party at the Pink Flamingo was an emergency? You've always had more than us. Because I worked for it. My calm cracked. I worked 80-hour weeks. I sacrificed every weekend. I built a career from nothing, while you spent my money and resented me for having it. We never resented you, Dad said weakly. Then why weren't you there? The question came out raw. Why wasn't celebrating my success worth 3 hours of your time? No one answered. I pulled out the next documents. This is the notice canceling all supplementary credit cards, effective immediately. The $3,000 from Pink Flamingo is the last charge I'll ever pay. Consider it severance. I picked up the final document. And this is the notice that I'm withdrawing as guarantor on Brittany's lease. You have 30 days to find a new guarantor or move out. You can't do this. Brittany was hysterical. Where am I supposed to go? That's not my problem anymore. Eva, please, Mom said, and for the first time she sounded scared. We're family. You can't just abandon us. I looked at her. Really looked at her. At this woman who'd given birth to me but had never really seen me. You abandoned me first, I said quietly. Last Friday, you made it clear what you value. It's not my success. It's not my happiness. It's my bank account. And I'm done being an ATM. I pointed to the door. Please leave. Eva. Leave. Now. Nana Beatrice stood up. She didn't say anything, but her presence filled the room. They filed out in silence. At the door, Mom turned back. You'll regret this. Family is forever. No, I replied. Family is who shows up. You didn't. I closed the door and locked it. The apartment was silent. Then Nana Beatrice walked over and pulled me into a hug. You did the right thing, she murmured. I'm so proud of you. After a moment, she pulled back. Now, I'm going to pour you a very large glass of wine and we're going to sit in your cold, minimalist apartment and you're going to tell me how it feels to be free. 1 month later, I woke up to silence. Not the oppressive silence of loneliness, but the peaceful silence of space that belonged entirely to me. No frantic texts demanding money. No guilt trips. Just the quiet hum of the city and the smell of fresh coffee. I checked my phone. No bank alerts. For the first time in 3 years, my bank balance was actually growing. A notification from Nana Beatrice, "You have to see this." It was a link to a local suburban newsletter. The headline read, "Local family seeks community support after daughter's cruel abandonment." They'd given an interview claiming I'd cut them off over a minor scheduling conflict. At the bottom was a GoFundMe link trying to raise $50,000. Raised so far, $340. The comments weren't buying it. Wait, the scheduling conflict was them skipping her promotion gala to go to a beach club? I saw the TikTok. Team Eva all the way. Imagine fumbling the bag this hard and then asking strangers for cash. The audacity. They had tried to shame me publicly, and the public had shamed them right back. That evening, I met Nana Beatrice at an Italian restaurant. She was already there, a bottle of good red wine open. "You look different," she noted as I sat down. "I feel different," I said. "Lighter." "That's the weight of dead expectations falling off your shoulders." She clinked her glass against mine. To Eva Ross, who finally stopped trying to buy love and started building a legacy. To family, I corrected softly. The real kind. We drank, and the wine tasted like victory. The check came. Nana snatched it before I could reach for my purse. "My treat. You've paid enough." We walked out into the cool night air, arm in arm. I didn't look back. The future belonged entirely to me now, and I was ready for it.